Oh man, there was something else that I wanted to talk about. Give me a second. I gotta check this message real quick. But there was something that I wanted to get at y'all about. Give me a second, guys. Damn. All right, cool. Oh, y'all, what's that word, man? Happy Friday. Ah, man. Real quick, real quick. I wanted to talk about something that might actually be one of the biggest gameplay debates in NBA 2K26 right now, and that's the tempo shooting. Because some people think that it's the best thing that has ever happened to the game when we talk about shooting the basketball. Other people think that it has completely ruined the game. So I'm trying to get a feel from some of the people in the community about what y'all think about tempo shooting versus button shooting. And I think the reason this debate even exists is because 2K as a developer just didn't tweak shooting this year. They fundamentally kind of changed how it works. Traditionally, y'all know, like NBA 2K, shooting was simple. You press the button, you time the release. It's either green or miss. It's not a whole lot to it. But with this newer shooting system in 2K, especially rhythm and tempo mechanics, I feel like 2K tried to do something different. Like they wanted shooting to feel closer to real basketball. Understand what I'm saying? Like instead of just pressing a button, you now control the rhythm of the shot with the right stick. You flick down, you flick up, and the tempo controls the release button. The idea is that your stick movement matches your player's shooting motion. So in theory, it's more realistic. It's more skill based. It's more expressive. And according to the NBA 2K developers, the mechanic actually manipulates how the shooter, how his upper body and how the release looks, depending on how you flick the wrist. So on paper, tempo shooting sounds amazing. I mean, the shit is lit. But in practice, in these games, the 2K community is split. So that's why I wanted to go live this morning real quick, chop it up with y'all, get y'all energy, see what y'all was thinking this Friday morning about tempo shooting versus button shooting. Is tempo shooting honestly ruining the game of NBA 2K? Like I said, it seemed like the community is split because depending on who you ask, tempo shooting either created the biggest skill gap in 2K history or it completely broke the balance of shooting. Like if you're trying to make a case against tempo shooting, there's definitely a couple points I think that's critical that you could make against tempo shooting at the end of the day. Like, because this is the side of the debate that gets louder and louder as time progresses. You hear people saying things like tempo shooting gotta go. It's impossible to miss open shots. Like if we being real, I think a lot of players feel like once somebody masters tempo shooting, open shots kind of becomes automatic. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I think it's just dependent upon who you are in your style of play. Because I'm going to be real. If my ass is wide open, if my teammates is wide open, the expectation is that motherfuckers knock the shot down. I mean, it ain't a whole lot to it. I don't really give a shit what you got to do to knock that shit down. Just knock it down. So it's like a lot of players feel like once somebody masters the tempo, it's automatic. And I feel like, if wide open shots are nearly guaranteed, the defense starts to feel pointless. And because at that point, the entire strategy becomes get 1 inch from space, it's a green, repeat, and just recycle. And this is where I think people start questioning y'all the shooting percentages that we see online in 2K because the developers release numbers claiming that the average player, I think like their base shoots is under 50%. But when you actually in these games, like in the rec and shit like that, it feels like everybody is Steph Curry. I'm just being honest. Every lobby I go to, I don't care what mode, niggas is hitting at least 60% from three. I'm not talking from the field. I'm talking from three. 70%. All types of that shit. So, and even higher sometimes. You know the problem that we had when it came to the Zens and the lagging, there was a lot of big time issues there. So the argument from this side of the community is simple if you kind of going against tempo shooting. If it disappeared overnight, I think the shooting percentages of a lot of players would drop dramatically. I think suddenly defenses in the game would actually feel like defense again. Because right now, if you leave somebody open even for a second, you would feel like the possession is already over. And to keep that shit real, I think that's just the gift and the curse of 2K. But, you know, I haven't, me personally, I'm new to the online part. I haven't mastered tempo shooting. I haven't mastered button shooting. I'm going to keep that shit real. Like, my thing with tempo shooting is just that depending on what type of shot you're trying to make, depending on if you and moving in directions, depending on your type of player, it might not work. Like, I'm not good with the fadeaways and all that shit because you got to move this damn stick so many different directions. I'm just too old for all that. I can't retain all that memory. I'm just going to shoot that bitch with the button. If I make it, I make it. If I miss, I try to get a putback or get a stop on the other end of the court. But I don't think tempo shooting is totally bad. I mean, I think it's just case by case scenario. If you are trying to make a case for it, I mean, like I said, open shots should go in. It has basketball logic all behind it. It's not like the logic of why tempo shooting is in the game doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of basketball sense. I mean, you do reward good offense. Like, how many times have you been moving the ball, great ball movement, and then you get your wide open man, swing it in the corner, and he missed the shot? Like, so I think, you know, tempo shooting definitely rewards good offense. It also punishes bad defense. If a motherfucker is being lazy coming around the screen, or if he's late getting to, you know, to the spot, you're going to make his ass pay. You're going to make him pay. So if you're trying to make a case for tempo shooting, I mean, I think you got an argument at the end of the day. I don't know, yo. So the death of tempo shooting, should NBA 2K remove tempo shooting? I don't know. I don't think so. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I don't know about y'all. I just personally don't have a big time problem with tempo shooting. But what happens if it disappears? Let's just say hypothetically, over this weekend, let's say 2K patches the game and tempo shooting is gone. What do y'all think will actually happen next? Because for me, I think the first thing, shooting percentages for half of y'all niggas will just drop a lot. A whole lot of you niggas shooter percentages will be just like you already know. Because the players, I think, that mastered, you know, the tempo mechanics for all these months, they suddenly gonna have to rely on that button timing again. And that shit is not easy and it's not pretty. And on top of that, I feel like another plot twist is that moment when that happens, another problem comes back. You got the random misses. You got the RNG problem. Shots feel like they supposed to go in, but then they don't. And I think that was the cycle that 2K has been stuck in for years. If the shooting is too hard, players complain. If the shooting is too easy, players complain. So the real question, y'all, might not be whether tempo shooting is good or bad. I think the real question at the end of the day might be, where's the damn middle ground in this shit? Because right now the community is arguing about mechanics. I think the real issue might actually be balance. GTA Greg, man, this is NBA 2K, my 2K podcast, just another segment. I did want to know, and just from y'all real quick and brief, what do y'all think about tempo shooting versus button shooting? Which one do y'all do? And would y'all have a problem if 2K got rid of tempo shooting altogether? I like it. I don't personally have a problem with it. I'm just not good at it. I haven't mastered it. I haven't mastered either side. So to be able to have options, to me, is always a good thing. I think it just depends on who you are. This is actually my first live stream on TikTok. I just wanted to do really a test run, but I'm going to be coming at you guys daily with the 2K podcast with at least a topic or two where we can bust down and chop it up and talk about everything that's going down in this game. Shit is real, and we're going to do what we do. So hopefully everybody stays safe. Shout out to the supporters. Appreciate everybody chopping in and jumping into the live stream this morning. Just real brief. I wanted to chop it up with y'all, but y'all let me know what y'all think about tempo shooting. Is it a good or a bad thing at this point in the game? I'll be going back live with you guys tomorrow. We'll be kicking it some more with another 2K podcast segment. I am GTA Greg. This is NBA 2K and Chill. Y'all know how we rocking. Y'all stay safe and happy Friday. Peace, people.